I don't think they're doing it on purpose, Fat Electrician. I just think that you had a dumb ass CEO do some dumb shit. And not just the internet, but the whole planet went, hey! Cut that shit out. And you know what the CEO did? Okay, I'm sorry. I was just trying to help. No, fuck your help, fuck your ideas, go away. You can just rewind to watch this.
I normally don't do current event dog.
Yeah, normally, but when it's this ridiculous and this stupid, I for one, no one really, except for the people that still eat there. I don't eat at Cracker Barrel. I ate at Cracker Barrel when I was younger. Would I still go there now? It's never my first choice of anything, ever. So I never really had a dog in this fight. I never really had a stake in this at all whatsoever. I just thought it was fucking stupid.
Dog pile type content, but nobody seems to be pointing out what is incredibly obvious to me, that this company might be pulling off the greatest marketing stunt in the past decade. Today we're talking about Cracker Barrel.
That is one way to look at it, but that is a high risk, high reward type play. And have you seen the CEO? Does she look like she's playing 4D chess with us, Nick? I don't think so.
If you don't know, they rebranded recently and absolutely everybody hates it. This is not a political war thing where the left likes it and the right doesn't, or the right likes it and the left doesn't. No, everybody across the political spectrum has come out and said, we absolutely hate what you've done with this.
Look how they massacred my boy.
It genuinely might be the most unifying thing that has happened to the United States of America since 9/11, okay? Do you know how bad you got?
I just don't see that. I don't see any kinds of unification at all whatsoever. I see people on the right getting mad and people on the left going, ha 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 ha. Why are y'all so mad? Oh my God. Are you mad that your racist establishment is now going under? That's what they're saying. I've been paying attention. I've been seeing it. I've been seeing the comments, man. So I can't help but see some comments when I scroll past this stuff. That's the sentiment.
Unironically and literally named Cracker Barrel that has been accused of LGBTQ discrimination and racial discrimination, and when you walk inside is decorated as though it's Minnie's haberdashery from the Quentin Tarantino movie The Hateful Eight, has rebranded and remodeled some of the restaurants, and they fucked it up so bad that even
that's garbage. That's one thing that I did enjoy about Cracker Barrel when I went, is that there was no other place in the world that looked like Cracker Barrel on the inside. Took away one of the one things that kind of just like made the place appealing, unique, and sometimes I'd see people go in there and they just shop in that little area, but not even sit down to get food. They would just go in there, shop around, look at stuff, right? Almost like a little antique Hobby Lobby type place, hole in the wall, and it looks real good and homey and shit. And y'all basically turned it into a fucking Qdoba.
Oh, Cracker Barrel was started by a guy by the name of Dan Evans. Dan Evans was a Marine that joined after World War II, went, fought in Korea, came back home, worked a couple of different jobs, and then went to work in his family's oil company, going to gas stations, basically being a salesman for gas to small gas stations. Now, during the same time period, in the couple of decades after World War II, America was building and finishing its interstate highway system. Basically, America saw Germany's Autobahn in World War II and was like, oh, that's a good idea. We're going to win this war and then steal that idea, which is exactly what we did. Now, the problem at the time, or at least for Rob Evans, was this meant that people were going to be using these massive interstates that just cut right through the land, and they weren't going to be taking all the small highways that everybody used before, and this put a lot of smaller gas stations out of business. Rather than just slowly decline and go out of business and fade into nothing, Rob Evans said, okay, we've got this new thing. It's kind of cool. Massive highway, goes really fast. People are traveling further, faster. That's great, but it does have some shortcomings. These massive interstates don't cut right through the middle of towns like these highways did. And people that are traveling for hours on end are still
They might run out of gas.
Gonna need gas,
Yeah.
they're still gonna need food, and a lot of them are still probably gonna wanna pick up knickknacks and souvenirs to say, hey, I was in this place, like a shot glass or a magnet or whatever the fuck.
No, Dad, not that, please.
Here you go, sport.
So that's what he built. He built the first Cracker Barrel. It was a gas station slash restaurant slash souvenir store, and he slapped it right on the interstate.
And it's not called Cracker because of white people. It's called Cracker Barrel because of the actual barrels that the time there was like something to do with crackers and maybe a shortage of crackers or how to store the crackers, and they figured that barrels would have been the best way. And Cracker Barrel, so many dumbasses out here be thinking like it cracker is because of white people. If you don't sit your dumb ass down.
And to nobody's surprise, it was outrageously popular. It was the one-stop shop concept. You're driving down the road for 6 hours straight. You've got 4 more hours to go. Oh, look, there's one spot I can stop. I can get gas, dinner, and a souvenir. Perfect. Then I'm going to get back on the road. The entire concept kind of felt like a general store back in the Old West. Like, it doesn't matter what you're looking for. You have to...
Shit, and the Cracker Barrel of today doesn't even have that. The Cracker Barrels of today don't have gas stations attached to them. That'd be sweet, right? A gas station attached to a Cracker Barrel. But today, it's just like gas stations are near the Cracker Barrel. There's a gas station around every fucking corner these days, and that's probably why you don't really need a gas station attached to a Cracker Barrel. But that would add to the ambiance of it. Like, man, we got everything. Everything you could fucking need, you get it right here.
Go to the only store in town to get it, and if they don't have it, they'll order it. So that's what he kind of themed it after. He themed it after an old Western general store, and because of that, he decided to name it Cracker Barrel, because back in the Old West, the general stores had barrels that were full of crackers.
Yeah.
Don't do that. What? Why are you winking at me?
From here, the business grew like wildfire, but the interstates were becoming, more and more of a thing. Gas stations were popping up. People were copying the same strategy. So he's like, gas isn't really making us that much money. We're going to drop the gas portion, and we're just going to be a restaurant with this souvenir shop in it, but we're still going to...
And dude, I will agree. Jeff, you said earlier that Cracker Barrel seemed bland to you. I will tell you this. I had some dumplings one time from Cracker Barrel that it did seem kind of bland. Right? However, one thing that Cracker Barrel doesn't fuck up is their desserts. Oh my God.
Right on the interstate. And that is how we arrived at the Cracker Barrel that we all know today. It is a Western general store themed restaurant that serves Southern food and has a gift shop up front that is actually secretly evil, but genius at the same time.
Yeah, dude, because that gift shop, anytime we would go, my mom would be shopping the knickknacks. You know what I'd be doing? Looking for fucking candy. You remember, dude, and I swear it was only Cracker Barrel that had this for like the longest time, but it was like a supersized gobstopper. Remember gobstoppers, like that hard ass candy that you couldn't chew? You had to like suck on that shit until you could break it. Well, they had one that came in a box and everything, and it was massive. A massive ass gobs, like the size of a tennis ball. And I was like, holy shit, how am I supposed to, what do I do with this? How do I even, right? I figured it out. But I swear, dude, when I was a kid, Cracker Barrel was the only place you could find that one fucking thing. I couldn't find it at gas stations. I couldn't find it at the dollar store. I couldn't find it at Walmart. I couldn't find it at grocery stores. Nowhere. Cracker Barrel was the only place that had that really, really big ass candy.
That little knickknack shop up front is responsible for 20% of Cracker Barrel's overall revenue, and they made like $3.5 billion last year, meaning they're moving like...
Yeah, that knickknack store, that's like the equivalent of microtransactions in video games. You really think these video games make all their money off of just like initial sales? Like you buy the game? No. They make all their money of shit you buy after the game. So this is either all shit that you buy before you go in for dinner or shit that you're buying when you leave from eating dinner. So there's like, and you have to go buy it. If you want to eat, you got to pass it. If you want to leave, you got to pass it. That's a tactic right there for sure.
$700 million worth of knickknacks every single year. I know what you're thinking. How is that even possible? Because if you have a family and you go to Cracker Barrel, that gift shop is like a family-friendly version of the Saw movie.
Yeah.
What do you want? Like, what?
All of the shit, all of the knickknacks in there, do you need it? No. Is it going to benefit you in a positive way later in life? Probably not. It's just like cool little shit you can have, right?
There's a 15-minute wait at the restaurant. You now must stand inside of an old-timey toy store for 15 minutes with your small children and not be compelled to buy them a harmonica and a cap gun. Mission fucking impossible, okay? Sorry, I'm trauma dumping. Anyways, now we're in modern times. In 2023, they got a new CEO, Julie Messina, okay? Now, the CEO that she replaced...
God, she just looks, man. Looks. Regardless of all this, regardless of the rebrand and the stupid reason for the rebrand and the excuses that were made when the rebrand started to fail, doesn't she just look like a pain in the ass? Just look at her. We just look at it. Just look at it. We should just look at it. Look at it. She can't even say, I want to talk to the manager. She is the manager. It's like, who does this girl talk to? You know? Probably the board of directors. Hey, your bitch ass almost lost us $1 billion. You gotta go. I'd fire someone for this, and then this lady gets on national TV and has the audacity, the nerve, the gall to say, that's like the vocal minority. That's not really, that doesn't mean anything. It means nothing. Don't worry about it. We're fine. Just overreacting, just a little bit of pushback. It's gonna be okay. Was it okay? What this lady did to this brand for Cracker Barrel was catastrophic, dude. And seemingly out of nowhere. Go on social media prior to the rebrand, and see who's talking about, discussing, asking for, or campaigning for this rebrand. Ooh, find me one person that was like, you know what? I'm so sick of this old-fashioned bullshit. We need to change this. Who was saying that before the rebrand? Who? Fucking no one. That's what pisses people off. The shit you don't want, they give you, and the shit you want, they withhold.
Was more or less shit-canned very politely. They didn't fire her, they accelerated her retirement.
Man, I would have fired you publicly and in a very embarrassing ass way for doing the dumb shit that you did, and then shitting on your customers and your fan base that told you it was stupid, and you turn around and call them dumb. Yeah, get the fuck out. I would have publicly humiliated you.
Okay, whatever, that's fine. They have a new CEO, this Julie Massino person. Is she an inside hire from the company that understands the culture and what makes the company successful? No, of course she isn't. We're gonna bring in somebody else that's an industry expert, and they're gonna know how to fix everything.
Or you can just, I don't know, keep things going the same way it did before the rebrand. Who was in charge before the rebrand? Seems like it was going good. There wasn't any dumb shit, and y'all weren't negative 700 million. What the fuck are we talking about?
Which never, ever works. But you know what? Maybe she's the exception. Okay, what's her background? Oh, she was the head of marketing at Starbucks.
You don't need a genius for this, man. We didn't need a genius. We just needed for Kamala to lose. That's it. You can fucking put anybody in there. The ship kind of just sails itself. It's Cracker Barrel. Oh my god.
Not looking great, okay? You know what company doesn't need marketing? Starbucks. Have you ever seen a Starbucks commercial? Yeah, me neither. You ever seen a Starbucks ad? No, not really. Starbucks' business model is they're fucking everywhere, and do you want caffeine or not? The end. Being in charge of the head of marketing at Starbucks is like being in charge of selling ass candles to dogs. You can't fuck that job up. On top of that, Starbucks isn't even really trying to sell coffee. They're trying to sell gift cards so they can continue being the world's biggest unregulated bank, which I did an entire video on. We're not gonna get into it. After that, she was the president of Taco Bell. Okay, that sounds like it could be pretty good, but I promise you it's not. Okay, Taco Bell is owned by Yum Brands, and Yum Brands is a conglomerate that owns KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut, and that conglomerate
Taco Bell sells itself, man. And a drunk college kid can sell Taco Bell better than you, really.
is owned by Pepsi. Why does Pepsi own fast food restaurants? Well, because in the 1970s and the 1980s, when Pepsi was trying to become a major household name, they could not compete with Coke because every restaurant in America had Coke machines.
So they inserted themselves into really popular food places. That way people didn't have a choice. And they inserted themselves into places where they didn't have to compete with Coke, hence Taco Bell.
And nobody wanted fucking Pepsi. So Pepsi went and bought 3 major food chains to force them to have Pepsi inside of the restaurant so they could force feed it to people and convince them that Pepsi was better.
Guess what, Pepsi? That shit did not work on me. Pepsi is always and forever will be trash, in my opinion. If it was a person, I'd call it subhuman. It's just Diet Coke to me. And Diet Coke is also fucking disgusting. It just tastes like someone opened up a Coke and left it sitting out for 4 straight hours. And then it got warm. And then you put it in the fridge to make it cold again, and then you drank it. What you drink after that 4 hours, that's Pepsi.
3 entities that have a massive following, and we're gonna use that to force feed our product into people.
And you literally had to force feed it because it's gross. So bad.
In your mouth and just eat it.
God, I hate it.
I don't care whether you hate it. You said you do it.
Which means, ultimately, at the end of the day, all they care about is the restaurants breaking even, maybe. They don't give a shit if the restaurants do good. They just want to sell more Pepsi. If so facto, all of her experience at being an industry expert is by working at a company that's fucking up to something other than selling good food.
Pepsi owns Mountain Dew? Yeah, but it doesn't taste like Mountain Dew.
They're up to is strong-arming me into buying a harmonica for my 4-year-old so that I slowly go insane. So she comes in 2003 and is like, you know what we need to do to fix everything with this company that's been functioning just fine for the past fucking 50 years? We should absolutely change everything. We'll do exactly the same thing we did with Taco Bell. We'll take a logo.
It's someone that wanted to leave their mark on the company, on They wanted to leave their mark. That's it. They wanted to be noticed so bad. They wanted someone to tell them that they did a good job. They wanted to be recognized, man, really, for the most part. So you're gonna do something, no matter how dumb or ill-advised, so that you can say that you did something.
That's awesome and retro and cool, and then we'll make a minimalist version with less colors that everybody fucking hates. Because every time somebody looks at a
Okay, see, I'm gonna be honest right here, man.
Taco Bell, we'll take a logo
That used to be the logo. Cool.
that's awesome and retro and cool, and then we'll make
That's the new logo. I gotta be honest. There's something is different about Taco Bell and Cracker Barrel. And you know what? Let me tell you something. I'm still upset that they got rid of the Chihuahua. Fuck the logo. Where's the dog? What did y'all do with Pepe? Where's the dog? I don't know if that's his name. We can call him Jose if you want to. What'd y'all do with the dog? Huh? What happened to the dog? Yo quiero Taco Bell. What happened to that? I haven't gotten over that. I haven't even processed that trauma. This is not that bad because the logo nor the look of Taco Bell really matters. The only thing that matters about Taco Bell is that you can go there at 3 o'clock in the morning, drunk off your ass or high out of your mind, and feed yourself. For a relatively cheap price, might I add. That's the whole thing that Taco Bell has going for it. The look, the logo, what the place looks like on the inside, I don't give a shit. But that is a very, very important part of Cracker Barrel's identity. This is just two different things, really, in my opinion.
a minimalist version with less colors that everybody fucking hates. Because every time somebody looks at a logo of a
I'll tell you what, man. I never even noticed that they changed the logo to Taco Bell. But I damn sure would have noticed Cracker Barrel's change, for real.
billion-dollar company, they want to look at it and say to themselves in the back of their head, I wonder how much the graphic designer got paid because I could have done that shit on Microsoft Paint. And then we'll go inside to the restaurants, we'll strip all the cool shit off the walls, we'll paint everything white like it's a rental property, and then put half of the cool shit back up with little plaques that...
You know what they changed? They also changed the inside of Hooters. I don't know if it was nationwide, but in my hometown, they changed the entire inside of Hooters. You know what the Hooters in my hometown looks like now? It looks like the inside of a TGI Fridays. I'm not really upset or anything, but like, okay, for example, the old Hooters, I could sit anywhere in the store and see titties from anywhere in the store. The new layout of Hooters, it's like I gotta stand up, look around, there's like booths and shit. It's like, okay, there's some titties. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it seems crowded and stuffy, and it's almost like they took away floor space. I don't like it. It's not that I hate it, and it's not that, oh, that's not my Hooters. It's just that it feels off.
What it is, so it looks like a museum exhibit. You know, the same exact thing that we did to Taco Bell. Look what they did to my childhood. Taco Bell.
Oh, that's what it used to look like, and it doesn't look like that now. That's the Taco Bell I grew up with. I don't hold too much nostalgia for this. Now, if you were to show me the drive-thru, that's where magic happened. To be honest, have y'all ever really seen a packed Taco Bell? Like dine-in? Ever? I don't think I've ever seen a Taco Bell where there's not a single place to sit. That's not saying anything bad about the establishment. That's not even saying the food's not good. I love Taco Bell. But I feel like I just feel like no one eats inside. Do y'all eat inside of Taco Bell when y'all go? I don't. I think the last time I ate inside of a Taco Bell, I was like 16 years old. Taco Bell's the kind of food where you can eat in your car, you could eat it under a bridge, you could eat it sitting on a sidewalk.
Used to be beautiful inside and out. It was absolutely fantastic. And now look at it. It's just a
Honestly, that looks like a McDonald's. That's Taco Bell. If you take away the logo, don't even look at the logo. It looks like every other place. That's it. It looks like every other place. I'll tell you, man, no one really knew just how important Cracker Barrel was to people until they changed it. And now that they changed it, now that they did that with Cracker Barrel, you know what that means? That means that there's going to be someone else out there that's going to see this and not learn their lesson. Guys, you want to know what's next? Waffle House.
I'm legitimately surprised they haven't changed their slogan from think outside the bun to something stupid like live, laugh, love. Oh wait, fuck, they did that in 2012 because when you go to Taco Bell, you're supposed to live Moss now. I hate it. Oh, I hate
I
it.
don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It's
Gets the people going.
So, is Cracker Barrel going to go downhill? Almost certainly. As soon as they announced this remodel and their rebranding, they lost 12% of their market share. $94 million just fucking erased from existence. And so far, the only response that Cracker Barrel has given out to enormous public backlash is to send the CEO onto the news to talk to Michael Strahan, an ex-NFL
Without a script, yikes. You'd have been better off sending fucking Joe Biden in there to talk about Cracker Barrel. Matter of fact, I would have preferred to hear Joe Biden talk about Cracker Barrel.
Well, you know, back in the day, I went and they had ice cream. There was a kid there. I asked him, "You like ice cream?" He said, "Yeah." I had a hair in my ice cream, and then I went home, and then I realized I had left Jill at the Cracker Barrel. When I got there, I got another ice cream, and that same little kid was still there.
I'd rather hear Joe talk about it, to be honest. I do want to believe that Joe would leave Jill at a Cracker Barrel because he forgot her.
and she goes up there and has the balls or the ovaries, whatever, to look everybody in the face and gaslight us and be like, actually, people love the new design, despite the fact that nobody does.
Honestly, the feedback's been overwhelmingly positive that people like what we're doing. I'll give you another soundbite. The number one question that I got asked, Michael, was, how can I get a remodel? When can I get a remodel? How do I get on the list?
Oh, really?
See, this just screams like she wanted to be a trailblazer so bad. She wanted to she wanted to be a pioneer so bad. So bad. And ma'am, with that kind of energy, you probably could make good things happen if you focused it in the right direction. But you literally took the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and you shat all over that fucking saying. You shat all over that idea, all in the pursuit of making yourself feel more important than what you actually are. Because you were probably sitting at work all day with nothing to do, and you were like, well, I'm just not going to sit here and not do anything. I need to do something. I need to leave my mark on this company. So you know what we're going to do? The most retarded thing possible. Because you either wanted attention, validation, or what you just said. More people to fucking hire you or look at you like you're the pillar of business knowledge, man. Like you're the authority over remodels and rebrands. Oh, once they see this, they're going to be consulting me for the next millennia.
So the feedback and the buzz is so good, not only from our customers, but from our team members.
Dude, not only, who gives a fuck about your team members?
So I'm 90% sure that Cracker Barrel as we know it now is gonna die off in the next 5 years, but there's a 10% chance that this is the most brilliant marketing stunt of all time. Okay, hear me out. They've lost $94 million, sure, but that's all stock price bullshit, right? That's not real. It's not a realized loss yet, okay? It's all on paper. It's imaginary. It doesn't exist.
Never landed. It is no matter. It's not on the elemental chart. It's not fucking
Very
real.
easy.
In exchange for that $94 million imaginary dollar loss, they've gained hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars of free publicity. When's the last time you heard about Cracker Barrel in the news? Fucking never.
That is true, but guess what, Nick? Goldfish memory. Goldfish memory. That is what the internet has. You really think anyone's gonna give a shit about this or even remember Cracker Barrel a month from now? 6 months from now, this will feel like it happened decades ago. That's how it is on the internet.
Cracker Barrel is the talk of the town right now. Buh! But it's all negative publicity. Buh! Yeah, sure. But haven't you ever heard the phrase, there's no such thing as bad publicity? Okay,
That is true. But again, you have to remember this publicity. You have to remember the fact the internet doesn't remember. On to the next story, on to the next shooting, on to the next, you know what I'm saying? So effectively done. We're just at this moment we're just prolonging the funeral.
done such a shitty job. It's almost perfectly shitty, okay? This isn't a catastrophe. There's a 10% chance that this is a controlled demolition on purpose, okay? Because here's the kicker. All the news articles are like, Cracker Barrel remodeled. Cool. They don't actually tell you that all Cracker Barrels didn't remodel. Only 30 of the 660 Cracker Barrels got a remodel. And if
Yeah, because they're not that stupid. They're not going to remodel every single Cracker Barrel on day one, and then if it doesn't work, oh well, fuck, we gotta How are we going to revert all these remodels? That's going to take even more time and even more money. No, you start off small. You get a feel for it. You gauge what the customers think. You gauge the feedback. And there you go. They got their feedback. Turn that shit back. So it's a good thing that they only did 30 stores, because had they done, I don't know, 2,000 stores. Can you imagine?
Cracker Barrel is smart, especially if they did this on purpose. They remodeled the 30 shittiest performing Cracker Barrels that they had that they were probably going to have to close down anyways. So now they're out $94 million on paper and whatever it costs to remodel 30 Cracker Barrels. $5-10 million, okay? They're out $105 million, 10 of which is real, 94 of which is on paper. In exchange, they've gotten, I don't know, $500 million in free publicity, and now in the other 630 Cracker Barrels all over the country, people are gonna go, oh shit, that Cracker Barrel hasn't been remodeled yet. We should eat there one last time because this is our last chance before they remodel it. All of a sudden, Cracker Barrel has the best year they've ever had.
Clever girl.
Yeah. But I hope you're going to make a better point than that, Nick, because, I mean, was it really worth it making a dumbass decision like that? Ruining the goodwill that you established with your customers? Some customers aren't going to come back, man. They're just not. They don't give a fuck if it was a psyop or not. They don't give a fuck what the reason is. They don't give a fuck if it was a smooth brain move or a dumb brain move. The fact that it happened and then the CEO decides to tell them, no, you're stupid, you actually do like it, it's not going to matter. So you do this move, borderline wreck your company, put it on life support. Also, you can get 1 year of really, really good revenue that probably exceeds your past revenue by 200%. Yeah, but that's not going to last long. That'll teeter off. That'll eventually even itself out and average out, probably even dip. So I don't know. I feel like you're just taking a super high risk and a stupid gamble for a maybe
Year they've ever had.
Clever girl.
All of a sudden, Cracker Barrel's stock price goes through the roof. Now they're not losing money on paper. They're probably making money on paper, and they've probably made enough to offset the amount they spent remodeling the 30 locations that they were going to close anyways. They close those 30 stores down, and they carry on with business as usual. They change the logo back. They issue some corporate apology like, we've heard your voice, and we respect and value your opinion, and that's why we've decided to bring the old white guy back onto the logo. He's not going to go to the Island of Misfit Toys with Aunt Jemima and the Indian girl from the Land O'Lakes logo and Uncle Ben. No, he's gonna stay on the restaurant where he belongs.
You're goddamn right.
And we're not gonna remodel any more of the restaurants. Fuck America. The end. Okay, and I know what you're thinking. That seems like an awful lot to go through just to have one good year of sales. And I would agree with you, okay, but here is the reason that I'm giving this a 10% possibility. There was never an issue with Cracker Barrel's decor, okay? Nobody went in there and was ever complaining like, oh shit, this Cracker Barrel looks like a fucking Cracker Barrel, okay? You know what you're getting into when you go to Cracker Barrel. Nobody's complaining. If you go back to before this PR nightmare hit the internet, all of the complaints about Cracker Barrel were about the food quality, menu changes, and bad service, okay? Cracker Barrel didn't just remodel 30 locations, they also revitalized the menu across all 660 Cracker Barrels, including bringing back old favorites like Uncle Herschel's favorite.
Then why not just say that? Why go through the whole fucking remodel? It's like this whole convoluted ass plan just to be like, oh, by the way, we got fan favorite dishes again. Like Call of Duty burning down their entire fucking franchise for 1 year of success. And then after that 1 year of success, they bring you a game and they say, hey guys, we brought back old features from the other Call of Duties. You want to play it? Fuck no and fuck you, man. No. Not really.
Presumably, they've fixed the actual issues that Cracker Barrel had, but the problem is with the restaurant, once you go there 2 or 3 times and you don't have a good meal, you're probably just never gonna go there again. So they needed to come up with a way to convince people to come back to Cracker Barrel one last time to give
I don't know, man. Get better?
them one last chance to give them a good experience, and they could have staged this entire PR nightmare on purpose to do just that. And the added kicker, they get to spin the entire thing like, hey, we're
yeah, that it doesn't make any sense in a world where Taco Bell exists. And you know what Taco Bell does whenever they get new food? They're just like, hey, guys, we put meat inside of a Doritos chip. Fucking get down here. It sells itself. The Doritos Locos Tacos, fucking amazing. Guys, we took Doritos chips and we made it a taco. Put fucking meat and cheese in that shit. Get down here now. Guess what? I'm coming. I'm on my way, Taco Bell. That's all you had to do. You make a commercial. You don't even have to have anyone in the fucking company make the commercial. AI exists. Just tell AI, hey, Doritos Locos Tacos. Or something. Nope. You went full retard. You went straight up South Park. Put a chick in it, make it lame, make it gay, and it'll work. I promise you. Cool, bro. Fucking cool.
We're the one company that listens to you guys. We're the one company that didn't sacrifice their legendary, well-known mascot and take him off the brand forever. No, we brought him back because you guys wanted him. We kept the restaurant the same because that's what you guys wanted. Cracker Barrel is an American institution, and we listen to you guys and we give you what you want.
It's all bullshit. It just sounds like Madden every year. Guess what, guys? We brought back dynamic weather. We already had dynamic weather. We brought the hit stick. We already had the hit stick. We brought back dynamic movements. Oh, you mean that one thing from Madden 2012? Yeah. That's what that sounds like. What Fat Electrician just said, that sounds like every fucking video game that has nothing to fucking offer and is just like, look at this brand new feature, guys. You see it? You see it? Yeah, I see it. It was a feature 10 years ago in a game you made 10 years ago. Think of something new. That's what that sounds like. To me, really. But it sounds like soulless corporate shit. I wouldn't fall for that. Oh, we brought back this. You shouldn't have gone full retard in the first place. I have a one strike policy on going full retard. You do it once. You do it once, that's all you get.
All right, emergency update. Never really had to do this before, and like I said, that's probably because I don't like covering emerging trendy topics, but I guess here we are. Everything you've seen up until this point was filmed on the 24th, and it is now the 26th at approximately 7 o'clock Central Time, and I've just been informed via Twitter or X, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that Cracker Barrel has issued their corporate apology, and they're going to be keeping their original logo. Because of this, I will now be updating my prediction. There is no longer a 10% chance that this is an intentional marketing ploy. There is now a 50-50 chance that this is intentional. They're doing it on purpose, and if they are, it's absolutely genius, and if they're not, it's the worst idea I've ever seen.
I don't think they're doing it on purpose, Fat Electrician. I just think that you had a dumb-ass CEO do some dumb shit. And not just the internet, but the whole planet went, hey! Cut that shit out. And you know what the CEO did? Okay, I'm sorry. I was just trying to help. No, fuck your help, fuck your ideas. Go away. Spicy. It comes in. What's the flavor of Doritos that comes in the purple bag? The purple magenta bag. It's spicy something. I like that.